Okay, we're going to start making a name tag. So you might not see the screen that I see right now, but you probably see the untitled part at the top right here. So if you click here, you should open up to the screen that I'm looking at now. So to make our name tag, we're going to first create a sketch. So I'm going to create sketch right here on the top left corner. Pick any one of these planes, it really doesn't matter at this point. We're going to go find circle. So you can type C, or you can find it up here in the create part of the toolbar. And I'm just going to kind of arbitrarily click right here on this origin line and go up. I'm going to type 20 to make a diameter of 20. And then I'm going to make another circle, again, arbitrarily over here. I'm going to type 20 again and click. Now I'm going to go to line, and I want to make a line that is exactly lined up with the center of the circle. So I'm gonna look carefully there to make sure that I get that just right. Notice the box that forms around the X. That tells me that this is lined up with the center. So now I'm gonna click, I'm gonna drag across, and again I'm gonna make sure that I'm lined up with this line here, looking at that box with the circle on it. And this symbol here tells me that we are tangent with that circle. So we are like connected and it's joined correctly. If it's not joined correctly, it won't work in the next step here. All right, so now I'm still in line. I'm going to go back in line with this circle or the center of the circle, find that X in the box, click, drag across, and finally one last time, I get the tangent symbol. That's perfect. All right, so now I'm going to finish my sketch. So top right corner, and now I'm going to extrude my sketch. So I'm going to click, 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 um, and I'm going to extrude it by 1 millimeter, so which is not a lot. And I'm just going to say, okay. Okay, great. Now I'm going to make another sketch. So I'm going to go back to sketch, and I'm going to click on my name tag here, and I'm going to put my name on here. So we never dimension these lines because we don't know what size they are. I should have done this in the last step actually, but that's okay. So let's figure out how much space our name's going to take. So I'm going to go to create, and I'm going to find where it says text. Click on that. I'm going to just click OK here, and I'm going to kind of arbitrarily just click right here and just drag out a rectangle. So I'm still clicking, and now I'm going to click again, and it says sample text. This is where I'm going to put my name. Now over here on the right hand side, it's probably hard for you to see, especially with this being video, but there's two little quotes. If I don't do anything and I just type, it'll work just fine. If you accidentally delete those quotes right here, you'll have to type them again. It won't work otherwise. So I'm going to just type, and you can type your initials or your last name, whatever you want really, as long as it's not super long, it's fine. And I'm going to say, okay. All right, so now I'm going to take this box. I'm going to use this as my measurement to see how big my name is. You can see the name tag that I made is actually just about the right size. Anyway, you can also turn it here, so you got to be careful about that. But I want to drag it down until the box is the size of my name. That's what we're looking for. We're just trying to get a rough idea of how big your name is, so we make the name tag the right size. So I'm going to go to Sketch Dimensions, and I'm going to click on the left side. So I waited till this was a blue dotted line, and it automatically knew I wanted to measure that. That's fine. I don't even have to click here because I'm not trying to actually dimension this. I just want to know what this size is. So my name is 57 um, millimeters in length. Okay. So now I'm just going to escape out of here. Um, in fact, I'm gonna hit the undo sketch right here. I could have went to the other drawing, done this. Um, so now we're gonna go to So I went back until I'm not in that sketch anymore. And down here on the history, you can see that that sketch is gone. So this is a sketch, this is an extrusion. In the sketch here, I'll redo it real quick so you can see. There's the old sketch. So if I just go back one more time, it's gone. So I'm going to click on this old sketch, the first one, and on a Chromebook, you're going to two-finger click. With a mouse, you're going to right-click, and I'm going to choose Edit Sketch. So your name, the length of your name or initials is probably different than mine, and that's just fine. You're going to make this the length of your name. So I'm going to go to Dimension, I'm going to click here, and so mine happens to be 60, which is really close to 57. I'm going to keep mine at 60 because that's that's just about perfect. Um, but if yours was bigger or smaller, whatever it needs to be, you can just define it to be that size. So whatever your name length was, if it was 27, make it 30. If it was 33, make it 35 or something like that. It can be a little bigger or a little smaller. It'll fit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so let's go back and we'll make another sketch here now that we have this the right size. Sorry, I didn't say it really, but I went to finish sketch. Um, and before we put our name on there, let's make a border on this. So I'm going to go up here to offset, and I'm going to click that. I'm going to click the outside of our drawing, and I want to go in 1 millimeter. So I'm going to type -1 and press enter. Now we have a border that's 1 millimeter in. I also want to put circle right here. So you see this black dot? This is the center of this circle here. I'm going to click on the center of that circle and move out. And I'm going to make a ring that's 4 millimeters in diameter. And I could either draw another circle around this that's 6 millimeters in diameter, or I could use the offset command again. Either one is just fine. So I use offset, and I'm going to go 1 millimeter again, press enter. And so now I have this is a ring around that that's 1 millimeter further out. Okay. Now we could put our name in here right now, but I'm going to make that a separate extrusion just in case we have any issue. It's easier to kind of divide this stuff up and do it in multiple steps. So I'm going to go to finish sketch, and I'm going to lean this like that so I can see, or you can see, the extrusion happening a little better. And I'm going to go up here to extrude, and I'm going to click on the outside ring. Notice it changes color, it gets a little lighter, like that. Blue, that's what we're looking for. Perfect. And I'm going to click on this ring here too. That's what it should look like. If you accidentally click something like this, it's fine. Just click it again and it'll go away. Um, so I want to make this 1 millimeter extrusion. So I'm going to press 1 and press enter. And there you can see it now has a raised edge. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to click on this interior spot here again. I'm going to go to create sketch. And we're going to put our name on there this time. So I'm going to go to create text. And I'm going to click kind of arbitrarily down like this and drag across. It doesn't really matter. And again, without erasing these quotes, I'm going to put my name. And I didn't say it last time, but you could change the font or whatever. I want you to keep the height the same, but you can change the font. And there's really no need to change these because we're going to move this around. So I'm going to say okay. And now at this stage, we can actually drag this around and move it however we like. So maybe not the most accurate way to do it by just kind of eyeballing it, but um, I can see that that's pretty close to centered up and down. Oops. It's pretty close to centered vertically, and left to right. That looks pretty decent. All right, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so I like that. Now I'm going to explode this text because this text is just words on the screen right now. We're going to turn it into a drawing. So I'm going to point at the text and I'm going to right click and choose explode text. And now all the outline of the writing is now like a drawing. So I'm going to press finish sketch. and we're going to extrude that again. And one mistake that people make when they extrude things is they'll stop partway through. So if I just extrude this 1 millimeter, don't do this by the way, um, I lose all the other part of that drawing. It's gone. Like I don't have any way to get back to it directly. So the only way I can really do that is by doing Control Z and undoing what I just did, or by going here and editing this extrusion. So I'm going to try that. We're going to edit this feature, and now I can recheck all these other parts that I missed. And again, just like before, if you accidentally click the wrong place, just unclick it. So click through your whole name. Once that looks right, we're going to extrude that 1 millimeter and say OK. Double check your spelling and everything else is good. The last thing we have to do is punch this hole through because this hole doesn't go through. It's solid there. So I'm going to go back to extrude, click here if you didn't already, and we're going to extrude this by -1, and that will make a hole. It automatically decides that you want to make a cut there, so we should be good. And now we have our keychain. So the very last step is going to be to save it. This won't automatically save, so we're going to go to the File button up here in the top corner, choose Save. You can also do Control S, and we'll give it a name like keychain or something like that. Name tag. And there you are. You made your first item in Autodesk Fusion.